As a resident of a fire-prone area, you should know how to safely evacuate in the event of a wildfire. It can happen. And as a CFA volunteer, you may be advising neighbors or other community members regarding safe evacuation practices. This presentation will cover the basics of evacuation planning and preparation. We will only hit the highlights. See the suggested resources for more information. The old scouting motto, "Be prepared," is never more appropriate than with wildfire. Prepare yourself by having a wildfire emergency plan, including evacuation procedures. A basic plan template is included with your Citizen Fire Academy Wildfire Preparedness Plan. What should the plan include? First, list emergency contacts, including hospitals, schools, friends, neighbors, and other key contacts, their names and phone numbers. Second, determine a safe meeting place for all family members and make sure everyone knows where it is and how to get there. Plan 2 ways out of the neighborhood, if possible, in case the primary route is blocked, and determine what to do in case family members get separated. Third, make a list of what to bring with you and make sure you can find these items quickly in an emergency. We'll talk more about what to bring with you in the next slide. Fourth, determine who you will contact, family members or friends, before you leave and upon arrival in the designated location. If you have pets or livestock, plan ahead. Where will you take them? There may be a special safety zone for farm or other large animals designated in community wildfire plans. Find out about them. Note that pets are often not allowed in shelters. If you have family members with disabilities or other special needs, have a plan for getting them to safety quickly. Everyone in your family should know how to implement the plan. Practice it. Here is a list of supplies you may want to take with you in the event of an evacuation. If you have these prepared in advance, your departure will be much smoother and safer than if you try to madly gather what you need at the last minute. Consider assembling one or more disaster kits, including extra food, water, clothing, first aid supplies, and other supplies for all emergencies. What should you do if there are reports of wildfires in your area and the threat appears imminent? Be ready to leave at a moment's notice. Monitor local TV and radio stations for updates. In some localities, county emergency management officials may use social media to update residents about the status of fires and evacuations. Some counties may also have automated emergency notification systems to send information to homeowners about emergencies. Park your car in the direction of escape. Confine pets to one room so that you can gather them quickly if you need to evacuate. Preparing the inside and outside of your home involves several possible steps, ranging from closing windows to removing combustible patio furniture. More details on these steps are included in the reference materials. During a wildfire evacuation, it will likely be dark, smoky, windy, dry, and hot. There may be burning embers being blown about, no power, no phone service, and poor water pressure. Evacuate immediately when asked by fire or law enforcement officials. Don't be caught in traffic or by the fire itself. Follow all evacuation instructions. If you are concerned, don't wait to be asked to leave. Early evacuation, especially if you have pets and livestock, is a good course of action. Wear clothes to shield you from the heat, embers, and flames. Sturdy shoes, long-sleeved shirt and pants, wool or cotton, hat, handkerchief, and light-colored goggles. Follow your designated escape route unless otherwise directed by emergency officials. Go slowly with your headlights on and stay as far to the right as possible. If you are unable to evacuate, stay in your home during the fire. It will be much hotter and more dangerous outside. Call 911 for assistance. Turn on all exterior lights. Stay away from windows and move to an interior room or hallway. Fill tubs and sinks with water. Place wet rags under doors and other openings to prevent entry of embers and smoke. Don't attempt to leave until the fire has passed. Once it's safe to go outside, check flower beds, roof, gutters, attic, and crawl spaces for spot fires or burning embers and extinguish them. Should your house be threatened by wildfire, you will normally be advised to leave by a fire or law enforcement official. However, homeowners have the legal right to stay on their property as long as their activities do not hinder firefighting efforts. Shelter in place is an approach where property owners stay in their ignition-resistant houses until the fire passes. This strategy has been used in Australia and in a few places in the U.S., and there is evidence that it can reduce losses of homes and lives to wildfire. It is controversial in the U.S., with some fire professionals advocating for more use of shelter in place and others emphasizing evacuation. For shelter in place to work, homes must be constructed of fire-resistant materials and must be very fire-resistant overall. For example, they should have Class A fire-resistant roofing, double-pane windows with one tempered pane, and boxed-in heavy timber or ignition-resistant eaves with no vents, among other features. And the surrounding defensible space must be large and well-maintained with highly fire-resistant vegetation. Subdivisions and other communities that are built to these standards may provide the best opportunities for sheltering in place. With the increase in fire seen in recent years comes an increase in smoke. When large fires are actively burning, many Oregon communities may be socked in by smoke for days or even weeks at a time. Not only does smoke limit outdoor activities, but it can pose significant health risks to vulnerable populations such as the elderly and those with asthma. Keep up to date on air quality reports and health alerts. The Oregon Department of Environmental Quality maintains air quality monitoring stations throughout the state and posts real-time air quality data on its website. See the Air Quality Index website posted here. Air quality index values are categorized by their level of health concern. For example, an AQI of 101 to 150 is considered unhealthy for sensitive groups. According to the DEQ, in this range, the general public is not likely to be affected, but people with lung disease, older adults, and children are at greater risk from exposure to ozone, and persons with heart and lung disease, older adults, and children are at greater risk from the presence of particles in the air. When air quality is bad, there's not a lot you can do but stay inside or leave the area. The Oregon coast often has better air quality during the summer due to consistent winds. When confined to your home by smoky conditions, keep the air inside the house clean by closing windows and doors. Use the recycle or recirculate mode on the air conditioner in your home or car. Avoid the use of candles, fireplaces, and gas stoves because they can add to the smoke, and avoid vacuuming because it stirs up particles that are already inside your home. According to the Centers for Disease Control, typical dust masks commonly found at hardware stores are designed to trap large particles, such as sawdust, and won't help protect your lungs from the small particles found in wildfire smoke. An N95 mask, properly worn, will offer some protection. See the CDC's respirator fact sheet for more information. For information on large wildfires, go to the website listed at the top of this page, INCIWeb. At this site, you can search for fires by state, fire name, or look at maps of large wildfires from past years. The Oregon Department of Environmental Quality has a helpful smoke and air quality blog at the second website listed here. This includes a link to DEQ's Air Quality Index page, which shows air quality ratings in selected locations around the state. Your local Oregon Department of Forestry district may post frequent updates on local fires on its web page through social media and/or may have a blog site devoted to regular updates.